If you've been waiting to feel motivated to actually get up and start, this is your wake-up call. Let me break down to you guys exactly what motivation is and why you shouldn't rely on it. Motivation feels good when it's there. You know, you feel fired up, you feel ready to go, and you feel like you can honestly take over the whole world. And that's what motivation is. It's just a feeling. And the one thing about feelings is feelings come and go. You know, one day you might not feel like actually doing that thing, but that's where motivation comes in. If you feel like going there, you're gonna go. But if you don't have that motivation, what do you rely on? You're just not gonna do that task for the day, or you're not gonna wake up that day and actually go after your goals every single day like you said you would. That's why you need to focus on something bigger than motivation. You need to focus on something called discipline. Discipline is the act of doing what needs to be done even if you don't feel like doing it. Think about athletes, creators, entrepreneurs, business owners. All of these guys, they don't actually wake up every single day and go through the motions to succeed because they're motivated. They do it because of the habits they've built, and those habits came from discipline. Over time, you set good habits, which lead to bigger and better things. Motivation might help you get started, but those habits and discipline is what helps you actually grow and scale and actually succeed long term. If you're tired of starting and stopping something, that's when you start to realize that that was just motivation. You were going based off motivation. You didn't actually build disciplines and habits to help yourself grow over time. And it's okay though, that's completely normal. We're all human and we all have off days. One thing you gotta realize is if you only take action when you're motivated, you're gonna be inconsistent. And inconsistency kills progress. So if you're somebody who's looking to be successful, somebody who's looking to build, you cannot have inconsistency. So you may ask, how do you actually build discipline? You start small. You pick one thing and commit to that. You build off that and build habits that grow into bigger things. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, from reading, journaling, stretching, gym, or going on a run, any one of those things. When you start to stack them over time, every single day, that 5 minutes becomes 10 minutes, becomes 15, becomes a habit, something that you do day in and day out. And that's where you start to build discipline. Some of the easiest ways to actually start to become disciplined and track all of that is to track your progress. You know, start writing down what you're doing, set reminders for yourself, and don't let yourself fall off that ladder. If you guys have realized that you've started stuff and you fell off and you stopped doing it, you have to realize you can't keep doing the same exact things and expecting something to change. That's not how life works. If you've tried something before and you went to the gym for 6 months or 3 weeks or a month, that was off motivation. You have to create an environment for yourself where you can actually grow. If your brain feels like, nah, don't do it today, that's when you have to actually get up and go after it. That's when the motivation dies and when discipline actually starts to live. Those little times where you actually tell yourself, no, I'm gonna get up and do it today, even though I don't wanna do it, that's when you start to build the habits that ultimately change your life. That's how momentum starts, and that's how momentum builds. In this game of being successful, you have to stack wins, and you have to stack momentum if you wanna go far in the long run. And one thing about motivation that I can tell you guys today, if you're running purely off motivation and you're not getting the results you want, you're gonna fall off very easily. You know that you're gonna be able to build something so much greater than what you actually expected because you're disciplined. Waking up every single day and going after your goals hits so much harder than just that motivation that you get in the middle of the night to go to the gym one time or crank out 50 push-ups one time, 100 push-ups. That fades. And once you don't see the results that you want to see through that motivation, everything fades. And then you fall off everything and all your progress is gone. But with discipline, you know, over time, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna slowly start to achieve my goals bigger than I could ever imagine. Of course, I go back to one thing that I've always said, and that means you guys don't have to know exactly what you want to become disciplined today. Start small, start messy, start with the little things, you know, just wake up every single day, no phone, read a little bit, stretch, do those little things, build those little habits in your brain that will build momentum over time, that will allow you to see other bigger habits as very doable. You know, when you come in and you want to just jump straight into the gym 7 days a week, that's going to be very hard to build. But when you start small, just reading 15 pages a day, stretching for 15 minutes, over time, those little habits that you think are very small will start to grow and give you trust in yourself and build that confidence that you need to ultimately build that habits that you need to succeed. So stop waiting to feel ready or feel motivated to actually start. Start building out systems and mindset that can push you to be greater even on the days you don't feel like actually getting up and doing those things. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos just like this one. Let's go.